This is Mark from Akamai Websites, and today we're going to talk about your sitemap. There are a few considerations to keep in mind when looking at a sitemap. The first is that it's a work in progress. Second is that a sitemap and the design process is collaborative. And third, understanding the sitemap itself. So, understanding that it's a work in progress is that the sitemap is not a completed version as when we give it to you the first time. The first version of a sitemap is an initial attempt at organizing your site's content into an easy to understand structure. So it's just the first version, and there will be additional versions. We will iterate on what you currently see to design better versions of the sitemap. This is typically completed over 2 to 3 versions. Usually within that amount of time, we can hone in on exactly what you need for your sitemap. The second consideration to keep in mind is that this is a collaborative process. We're working together to create your website, so it's important to view this as a collaboration, not that we are presenting to you your solution, but that we're working together to create the solution ourselves. Also, be sure to provide thorough, well thought out feedback when you comment on the sitemap so we can narrow in on the best possible version as quickly as possible. This is extremely important. So as you're looking at the sitemap, please make sure you really think about the feedback, the reasons why you have this feedback, and that will help us make the next version even better. Third is to understand the sitemap. We're going to take a look at a sitemap to make sure you understand how things are laid out and what you're looking at. Let's look at the sitemap now. So here we are at a sitemap. There are a few things to notice here. One is that there's 3 sections to this. We have the main page areas across the top. This would be the home page here. And underneath those, we have subpages that feature specific content or specific types of content or categories. On the right side here, either you'll see something like this, like global site elements, and these are elements that we're going to work on including in every page, like calls to action for different areas of the page, or it could be a sub menu like legal terms of use, privacy policy, etc. In this example, it's a global site elements. So an opt-in offer, a book call to action, and a hiring call to action are going to be tried to be included on every page of the website. So you see here the home page, and then there are 4 subpages here: about, services, products, and articles. Articles are essentially blog articles. And there's a contact information here. Under services, we have 4 areas: marketing consultation, feature and blog writing, content writing, cultural impact assessments. Products, there are 2 products. And under articles, we have 3 categories of blog articles. Articles on marketing, articles on Hawaii, and articles on writing. As you scroll down the page, you'll see more details below. As it says, the following provide additional detail on the content of each page or section of the website. Please note that the page titles are only representative of the type of content on the page and are not a final name for the page. Potential calls to action, CTAs, for each page have also been included. So the name about, services, products, and articles is not the final name, it's just representative of the type of content. We may end up with a different name. For example, articles, we may end up calling it blogs or writings. Products may be called for sale. Services may be for hire. And about might be about Honu Media. So it can really change depending on the needs. Looking down, you can see that each of the boxes below represents the pages that are above it. So Honu Media is the home page, which represents this page here. And as you scroll through, you'll see that they're colored and titled in a similar fashion. So as you look at each of these, you'll see that there's a small description. Honu Media is the primary home page for the website, and the calls to action that we'll put onto that page: services, book, opt-in, writing samples, and latest articles. Each of these will be represented on that page, either in a large context or a small context. The actual layout of the page will be part of the next prototyping phase that we're going to do. But for now, we just want to make sure that we're including on that page everything that needs to be there. The main calls to action. In general, calls to action, you don't want to have more than 3 to 5. 3 is probably optimal, but 5 is probably pushing it. This is assuming that some of these will be smaller calls to action. For example, the opt-in might just be a small form on the page with some text around it, whereas services might be a larger call to action with a big hero image and some buttons and things like that. So that's to keep in mind as well. And then we have subpages here with their calls to action as well. And as you go down, you can see more information. Some calls to action are specific to the type of content on that page. For example, under marketing consultation, it makes sense to have a call to action to go towards the articles on marketing, since that is related to marketing consultation. And somebody who goes to that page is interested in that service may want to see what Catherine, the person whose website this is want to see Catherine's articles related to marketing. So they'll want to go over to there because it reinforces the content on this page. As well, other services that are related, they might be interested in additional services, and also the opt-in is always good to have on all the pages to really build that audience. So as you go through your sitemap, you will see variations on this theme. So be sure to thoroughly look through your sitemap. So let's look at a few next steps. First thing you'll want to do is review the sitemap when you receive it. When you have the sitemap link, go there and take a look at it and really review it to make sure you understand what's going on the pages. Second, take some notes on your feedback. Whether it's on your computer or with a pen and paper, take some notes so that you understand sort of what you're thinking about as you're going through, and things that you'd like to change. You can diagram things out, that's fine too. And finally, during our next weekly meeting, we'll review the sitemap and your feedback and sort of come up with some ideas of ways to improve it or ways to change things around. You're welcome to provide feedback on any part of the process. So if you don't like the page titles, you have other ideas for those, you can put feedback in there. Really, sky's the limit, as long as it's related to the sitemap and the structure of the website. So I hope that was helpful to understand the sitemap and your role in collaborating on designing the best sitemap possible for your website. If you have any questions, please contact us at akamaiwebsites@gmail.com. Mahalo.